Hello, my beautiful friends. Oh my God, what the hell's going on with my hair? It's been like 100 years since I've been here. Where have I been? Well, it was my birthday week and I had so much going on, and I'm so sorry. I missed you tremendously, but every time I sat down and then I'm like, now I'm gonna pull runes, or I'm gonna do something else happen. So I'm gonna pull runes. But I had a lovely birthday. My son surprised me with a set of MacRae McCallum bagpipes. I think because he was sick of hearing me talk about them. So I will post a picture somewhere on this screen of what they look like. My buddy Jim and I was in a parade for Halloween, and then those were the first official time they were out. I had played, actually on my birthday. They had arrived in time for my birthday, and my best friend had come in from Arizona, and she spent an extra day so that we could spend my birthday together. And we decided to go down to it's sort of like a small artistic town that I hadn't been to for years and years. I actually wasn't there since my boys were little, and we had gone on a boat ride. And my friend Liz hadn't been there in 100 years either, and of course now she's been living in Arizona for quite a few years. So we decided to go down there, and on the way, I wanted to do a tour of Underground Railroad locations. So my family wasn't in the country during that time. They came over in the early 1900s, but both sides. So I'm fascinated with that history. So the first place we stopped at was the Berks County Historical Society. They had a big field, and then we went in, and they knew nothing about the Underground Railroad. She's like, a lot of people stop here to ask about it because, I don't know, we must be on some list. I'm like, well, you're on the list I had. And she's like, oh, but we're not a location. And I'm thinking, well, all right, if you're not a location, that's okay, but you are the Berks County Historical Society. You could maybe put some information together because people keep stopping here. But in any case, I could play my pipes, so I played them for the first time. They're amazing. I love them. I love them. I really, really love them. They are so different than my current stand-up pipes, which I love because my parents bought them for me. But they are a little bit tricky to play because they leak air like you would not believe because of cracking that happened from them being flooded and all sorts of technical stuff that you don't want to hear about bagpipes. But anyway, they are a labor of love to play. And so I actually played them today because I played at a funeral. And I wasn't sure how the new pipes would be in cold weather, and I need to figure all that out before I, play at somebody's funeral without knowing. So anyway, so we went to some of the other locations. They're mostly private residences, so you couldn't go in, but you could at least see, sort of, kind of how they would go from house to house. So you could kind of see that progression. But one of the locations was a Quaker meeting house. And, the Quakers there are a lot of Quakers in Pennsylvania, and were, I think, more so in the 1860s. So this big Quaker meeting house, beautiful, just picturesque. It's a huge plot of land. There's the meeting house, and then a little road, and then a social hall, and then down from the meeting house is a beautiful graveyard, and it's just serene, and it's October, end of October, so the leaves have changed, and it's just gorgeous. Autumn's my favorite season. It was just absolutely gorgeous, and of course so meaningful, the history, as we think and consider the freedom fighters and what they were, because really, if you know anything about the Underground Railroad and escaping to freedom, we always think, well, if they got north, they were safe. Well, they really weren't safe in Pennsylvania because anybody could come and capture them and send them back under one of the acts. So their safest bet was to go to Canada, where they were completely free. So, so people always say, well, why did they have Underground Railroad in Pennsylvania? Well, because, people were still at risk. So, all that said, so we look around, it's beautiful. They had a bathroom, so I went, and then my friend went. My friend was in the bathroom. I decided to tune up, so I stood on the little road that separated the meeting house from the community hall. And, oh, hold on one second. A wee bit of a cold. So anyway, the pipe sounded amazing. It's beautiful. I'll post a picture of me playing that my friend snapped of me, and they sounded great. The pipe sounded fantastic. I moved literally 10 feet to the right. I moved over so that the back of the meeting house was to my back and the graveyard was to the front, and my plan was going to be to play there and then walk down and play in the cemetery to honor the dead. And my pipes went completely out of tune. Now, pipes will go out of tune when there's a change in weather, right? Like if you're going from hot to cold, they'll go out of tune. They'll go out of tune if they're bumped, right? But nobody bumped me because I literally walked 10 feet that way. Nobody was near me. I just walked over there. They were so out of tune. I couldn't tune them at all. I couldn't tune any of the drones individually, and I couldn't tune them together. Everything sounded terrible. I'm thinking, my God, did I break these? Like, what the hell did I do? And I just got this overwhelming sense, quit playing, stop playing. Just stop playing. And my best friend, who isn't a piper but has been around pipes a long time, she's been around me a long time, she said, I didn't want to hurt your feelings, but they sounded so angry. Like, it's all technical piping stuff, but like the drones were like wailing, which, these are brand new reeds and brand new bagpipes. Like, that isn't what happens. So I just got this overwhelming sense, like, stop playing. So then I thought about it. I thought, oh, well, maybe the spirits of the freedom fighters were like, don't draw attention to us. Like, we're hiding. Like, don't be the loudest thing in the world, right, out front our window. So I was like, oh, okay. And I apologized to Spirit. I apologized out loud. My friend is very Christian, so she always thinks I'm kooky. But I apologized to the spirits. And then I had taken a QR code. There was a QR code there, so I had scanned that, but I hadn't looked at it there. So I'm thinking about it in the car, and I'm thinking about all the possible things. Like I angered Spirit, and then I thought, oh, well, maybe, the other thing is that a lot of the slave holders in the slave system were English, Scottish, and a lot of the field workers were Irish, and maybe the freedom fighters didn't have good memories of bagpipes. Like, maybe they, that people who played bagpipes had been horrible to them. So that was a consideration. So we decided that I was going to take my pipes to a non-Underground Railroad location and play them there and see what they sounded like there. So we drove down to New Hope. We go to a parking lot. It's at the Washington Crossing, and I strike up. Had to do a little tweaking because I remember I had fiddled with my drones. Had to do just a little bit of tweaking to get the drones back to where they needed to be, and they were perfectly in tune again. It was the craziest thing. So at dinner, we had gone to an Irish pub for dinner. I read the QR code that I had scanned, and apparently Quakers observe in silence. They don't have music and they don't have things like that. They do their service in silence. So apparently I irritated a whole lot of dead Quakers by being so noisy, because it was fine. When I was playing on the social hall side, there was no problem. It was when I had gone to the meeting house side. And so, of course, I apologized to Spirit and to those souls, because I had absolutely no idea that's what happens at Quaker meeting houses. So there is your spooky story for the Halloween season. The pipes have sounded incredible. They sounded incredible at the parade. And then my buddy Jim and I we played at the first witches market that they held in Lehighton. It was like all different vendors with all the kinds of stuff that you see behind me. And we were raising money. We were busking for bread, raising money for our local food pantry, CACPAC. So I've been a busy girl. So that's where I've been. Work's been busy, life's been busy. But I did want to come on and say hello and do a quick rune pull. Samhain, I do a lot for Samhain. We had a Samhain meal. We had a silent. We don't do a silent supper because Spirit knows that I can't shut up that long. But we do an ancestor meal. We had a fire, and we burned, we burned our regrets, and we made resolutions for the new year. And my friend Nav came over, and it was really good. It's been a really good season. I'm looking forward to a really good year. So Today I played at a funeral of a not young, he was in his 50s, but died unexpectedly. Very well loved teacher in our community, and just a reminder that life is precious. So let's do a quick rune pull. We have our green man, our Iona stone, our other Iona stone, and our Icelandic stone is in here somewhere. Here it is. All right, let's do 3 Norns. Just a general message for this, because it's still the Samhain season, and interestingly, so in the Gregorian calendar, Halloween, Samhain, that's on the 31st, but in the lunar calendar, Samhain is the 14th. So if you want to celebrate true Samhain, that is on the 14th of November. All right, what is our present energy, Spirit? We have Algis. What brought us to this energy? I was thinking of widespread hands with Algis. Isa. Being a little stuck. I've been a little stuck. So busy that I've been stuck. Not necessarily in a bad way, just stuck. Where are we headed? Oh, Menace. All right, let me take a look at these, and I will be right back. It's good to be back. It's good to see y'all. So, I always say the runes are interesting, and they are. And Algis is all about, is the elk, right? It's the elk, right? And it's about protection and feeling really protected in your space. And I do feel like that. I felt a little bit of low energy going into Samhain this year. And I think it's just because I'm tired and, I have a lot going on, and I'm really trying to, minimize my commitments and do things that really resonate with who I am and what I want to do. And I don't get caught up in the age thing, because while I am 51 now, I feel like I'm 29. Actually, I don't feel like I'm 29. I took a 3-hour nap today. I don't feel like I'm 29. So I think, and I've had, I had pneumonia, and it took longer to recover from that than I'm used to, and that I like, to be honest. And now I have this other little cold, because I was around somebody who had a cold, and I think I got their cold, so I'm not liking being sick. So I think, Isa is all about, it can be clarity, but also being stuck. And so, I think I'm really on the right path of where I'm supposed to be, and I'm supposed to be spreading light and love, and I need to make sure not to get caught into negative energy of other people, and people can be negative. But the message that I was getting on Samhain is really to be a light in the world, and to bring hope and light to others, and to be a bridge, to continue to try to be a bridge between Christianity and outer faiths, faiths that aren't in the big five, so that people in the outer faiths know that not all Christians are out to harm them, right? So I definitely feel like that is the work that I'm meant to do, at least for now. And, I think that's just, and Manas is all about humanity and being gracious and being kind and being loving. So I feel like that is the message, the Samhain message that I received on Samhain, on the Gregorian Samhain, and the message that I'm getting today is to be light and love, and to not neglect sharing light and love with others, and not getting complacent or apathetic or lazy. So that's the message I have for you. It is great to see you. It's great to be back. I have a whole bunch of unboxings to do. I have all kinds of things that I need to get done. And I'm catching up and watching all your videos. Hester, I promise to watch all your videos, except for maybe the nails thing, because I don't do anything with my nails. These nails are meant for bagpiping. All right, I am wishing you all the very best. Light, love, be well, take care, bye-bye.